Hi and welcome to Rose Kitchen and Garden. Today we are going to make kala jamun. So let me show you the procedure. So I've taken 200 grams of khoya here to make kala jamun, which I'm going to grate and make it fine. Then I will need 1 cup water and I will need 2 cups of sugar. Yep, and I'll need the following ingredients. So I'm going to take 50 grams of milk powder, 30 grams of maida, half teaspoon of elaichi or cardamom powder, half teaspoon of mace or javitri powder. It is optional. 30 grams of semolina. This is a fine variety. You know the chirote, or it's called chirote in Marathi, and it's the pasta variety, the one that you would use to make pasta. 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. I will also need some saffron or some rock sugar. Sorry, 20 pieces, because out of 200 grams of khoya, I ended up making 20 pieces of kala jamun. So I always get around 20. A pinch of saffron. So now first the first step should be, here I've taken some food color actually to color my rock sugar. This is also optional. If you don't want to do it, or if you don't want to use food color, it's completely fine. It's just that when the sugar dissolves after frying the kala jamuns, the center is left with a nice yellow color and it looks really nice. So that's the reason why I'm doing it. You can avoid if you don't want to. So I'm going to give it a nice mix first. Let's mix it well. Okay. So I had some guests over. So I have some guests over. So I thought I should make some kala jamuns. I'm going to dissolve the sugar now. It's 2 cups of sugar with 1 cup of water, but the induction is on the lowest setting because I want to dissolve the sugar first. Because if I don't dissolve the sugar first, and if I just put it on high heat and let it get dissolved by the heat, then chances are that it will crystallize later. So the tip here is to always dissolve the sugar first on very low heat in the water and then increase the temperature. I added some javitri powder, the mace powder, and some cardamom powder, and also some saffron. So to give you approximately 2 pinches of mace powder, 3 pinches of cardamom powder, and I also added a few drops of lime juice. You can squeeze real lime and add 2 to 3 drops. This also prevents the syrup from crystallizing, and when we prevent the syrup from crystallizing, it enters the jamuns nicely. So here I've grated my khoya or milk solids. Now I am using a frozen khoya. If you are in Singapore, there are a lot of good brands, Nanak, Milky Mist. Steer clear from bad khoya. So use a nice quality khoya. But I had frozen it and I defrosted it, so it's become a little dry. If you are buying fresh khoya, then it's softer. Right, then I'm adding all the dry ingredients to this. Again, I'm going to add javitri powder here, mace powder, which is optional, but try and add once and see how it tastes. It really certainly improves the taste, like a real small pinch. Now let's mix it to bring it all together. I have to make a dough out of it. So I'm going to mix it, but I feel that it's a little dry, so I'm going to add little by little milk to bring it all together. Like I said, because my khoya was frozen, I'm encountering this problem. If your khoya is fresh, you may not face this problem. So now I've made it into a nice soft dough. It took me around 2 small cups, that size cup, to bring this dough together. Yeah, 2 of these. So now I'm going to make a small lemon sized ball, squeeze it in my palms so it gets mixed really well, and it By squeezing it, you're making sure that you're mixing it well, and there won't be any cracks. If you want, you can also apply a bit of ghee to your palms while you're rolling them. Now, some people make round shape, some people make cylindrical. I remember kala jamuns from my childhood, they were all cylindrical. So I'm going to stick to this shape. Then I'm going to make a hole in the center and put the rock sugar inside. Cover it up, pinch it again, and again roll it so there are no cracks. There has to be no crack, no major big crack. So please take care of that. So this is my kala jamun recipe, and I always make it this way, and people like it a lot. And I've got so many friends telling me, asking me to teach them or show them or give them the recipe. So here it is. This is my kala jamun recipe. Hope you'll make it and yours also turns out well. There are a few key things that we need to remember when we are making kala jamun. One is there should be no crack on the surface, and the khoya should be soft. So if there are no cracks, half your battle is won. Second, cover your kala jamuns when you are making the rest. So let me take a moist cloth. Let me take a cloth and moisten it, and then keep these kala jamuns covered while I make the rest. And let's show you, I'm going to show you one more so you get to know. Flatten it, make sure there are no cracks, then you add your rock sugar inside. So some people also add almond and cashew nuts and the khoya itself instead of this rock sugar, but I like the rock sugar. So you can even add almond, almond, pistachio and khoya in the center as a filling. So now, actually, if you go to see the difference between kala jamun and gulab jamun is that kala jamuns are fried a bit longer, hence the skin gets harder. Otherwise, it's pretty much the same as gulab jamun. Here I've wet the cloth, I've squeezed it out, and I'm going to cover my kala jamuns till I make the rest. Now my sugar has dissolved here. Let's check. Let me show you also. Yeah, the sugar is all dissolved. No traces of any sugar now. Now is the time when we can increase the here I'm using induction, so I'm going to increase the heat. You can increase the flame of your gas and bring this sugar syrup to a nice rolling boil. Giving it a nice stir. Yeah, so like I said, okay, second, now the sugar consistency. The consistency of the sugar, here in kala jamun, you don't need any 1, 2 or 3 string consistency. You just need it to stick to one another. So when you test the sugar syrup in between your fingers, it should be like honey. You know, the 2 fingers should stick together, and that's it. You don't have to make any strings here. I've been doing it this way, you can follow. So after it comes to this kind of a boil, maybe 5 minutes after that, you can switch off your gas. So that's what I'm going to do. So number 2. Number 1 was there should be no cracks on your kala jamun when you're rolling them. Second, sugar syrup should be of less than 1 string consistency. Your oil should be really hot when you're frying it, but the flame should be low. And do not put all the kala jamuns together. Just test one first. So if it bursts or something, your entire oil won't spoil. I'm using ghee, clarified butter. You can even use oil. Now I'm going to fry the rest of my kala jamuns. Now, like I said, the difference between gulab jamun and kala jamun is the color and the frying time. You require a lot of patience while frying these, so please do not hurry this process. This is a very crucial process. So the flame of the gas should be low, but your oil or ghee should be hot, and you should fry it slowly. Do not put your don't put this ladle on the jamuns. Just stir the oil or shake the oil around them. So they'll keep rolling and frying and get the same color all over. Okay. Avoid touching the jamuns, they might break. Yeah. If they've reached a little darker than gulab jamun and your desired color, take them out of the oil. Yeah. Now the temperature of the jamuns should be such that you can easily pick them up with your hand. Don't make them too cold before dropping them into the syrup. And the temperature of the syrup should also be slightly warmer than lukewarm. This way the syrup enters the jamuns. So now I'm going to dip them in one by one and then put some syrup on the jamuns with a spoon. The juice should enter inside the jamuns and they should be nice, soft and spongy from inside. So that's it. If you follow these steps, I don't think your kala jamuns will fail ever, and you'll also be able to make nice kala jamuns. So let's check one from the inside, whether it's cooked, if it's got a raw center. If it has a raw center, meaning your oil was very hot and your jamuns turned brown first but the center didn't cook. And if your kala jamuns break in the oil, it means that your oil was not hot enough. Alright, so here we go. The texture is such that the outer cover is slightly harder or tougher than gulab jamun, but the center is spongy and soft. There you go. Lovely. So hope you liked what you saw and hope you're going to try it out and hope yours also comes out nice. If you like it, please like, share and subscribe. Ru's Kitchen and Garden. Thank you. Bye bye.